Hey, welcome back to Home Park Leads. In this video, I'm working without a net, and not to mix my metaphors, but I'm diving into the world of AI-generated content and how it can impact your local business SEO. With tools like ChatGPT and Gemini AI content, creating content has never been easier, but there are some risks, just like working without a net. And it's crucial for you to understand the potential risk. Google has been cracking down on AI-generated content. And you can face penalties. I mean, big time penalties if your AI content, quote unquote, is detected. Earlier this year, Google jacked some websites that had AI content. They went from being on the first page of Google to gone, freaking gone, Gonzville. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to avoid AI detection and ensure your content is human-like and engaging. Okay, so this is the problem. I'll just jump right into it. Is your competitors are probably using AI-generated content, and AI-generated content is good. It works, but you have to know how to give it the right prompts, and of course, you have to edit it. Don't forget the editing process because AI could be out in left field. AI can make stuff up. So yeah, I want you to use these AI prompts if you want to, but I want to show you how to use them. And what you're going to see is if you use these AI prompts, you're going to be able to write your content much faster, much quicker, much better, because AI really, really does work. And so, you know, and it's super expensive if you don't use it, and you won't have as much content because you need content nowadays. That's one of the big things that Google looks at when they're looking to rank your page on or your website on page one or put you in the map pack. They're looking at your content. And so in this video, I talk about how to avoid AI detection. And know this, Google's on the lookout for AI content. And like I said, they impose strict penalties for people using it improperly. So it's important. I just want to make sure you understand it's important for your content not to be flagged, and it's essential that you use AI prompts for undetectable content. This means crafting your content in a way that mimics human writing. And by doing so, you'll improve your Google ranking without risking penalty. So I provide you here with practical tips to make sure your AI-generated content passes Google scrutiny. I show you practical tips for using AI content. So toward the end, I discuss how to effectively use AI content for local SEO. Throughout this, I tell you how AI content for local SEO can be a game changer. And it's vital to make it appear natural. Focus on human-like AI content by using these specific prompts I give you. Okay, and so for instance, when using ChatGPT, ensure that your content is personalized and relevant to your audience. And this approach not only helps in avoiding AI Google penalties, but also enhances your content's authenticity and value. Remember, that's the key, is the balancing AI efficiency with the human touch. And finally, I gave you a great prompt hack at the end of this video. You don't want to miss this hack. So you want to stay to the end, because if you miss this hack, you're missing out. You're really going to miss out. If you're a home services contractor, a concrete contractor, roofer, or any type of local business, you might want to be trying to get your business or your website to rank on Google Local GMB so you can be found. One of the problems you're going to face is you need content. You need lots of content. So you need service area pages, and then you have to have the content for it. It takes a lot of time to write that content. So a lot of you are probably tempted to use AI generated content like ChatGPT or Gemini. I'm going to tell you why you shouldn't use Gemini in this video, and I'll tell you how to do all this. But you're probably tempted to use ChatGPT or some other AI generated content. Well, the problem with that is that Google has really cracked down on AI content. What I mean by crack down is, boom, they took pages. I saw pages of people I know had thousands of people coming to their page and they had AI generated content, and boom, they vanished. Google stopped ranking them on the search engine. So that's the problem you face. If you have AI generated content on your local service company page, your plumber page, your concrete page, your roofing page, Google could ding you for that, and you'll be gone forever out in the abyss. So here, example here on my screen here, Google. I just Google this, Google News. Google crackdown on AI content. That's a mouthful. And you'll see article after article. Google is finally trying to kill AI clickbait. Google Search Council cracking down on mass-produced AI-generated slime. Blah blah blah. You'll see article after article and website after website. More importantly to us, they got dinged and cannot be found on Google searches anymore because they use AI content. That's what I cover in part in this video. Is I give you actual AI prompts where I tell you what to put into AI to get back content that doesn't look like it's AI generated, so you won't get dinged by Google. So this is what I would call how to avoid AI detection with your local content. And I cover that in this video. Now, you might go to other Google videos, other YouTube videos and look at this. But what I've found is what they do is they say, oh, this is the result and you got to pay us if you want to see the prompt. I'm not doing that here. I'm giving you the actual prompts. I'm showing you the prompts and I'm showing you what you need to do. Okay? So there's 4 big problems that all local businesses face, all concrete companies, roofing companies, whatever. They all face this problem, okay? And the first one is no one knows who you are. I mean, some people know who you are, but not enough people know who you are. So that's the problem. You need to get out there and be known more and get known better, okay? Second problem you have is not enough leads. I don't need to tell you this. You know you need more leads, and that's what we do here at Home Park Leads. We help companies, local service contractors, concrete companies, get more leads, okay? Third problem is all your business comes from referrals. Nothing wrong with referrals. Referrals are great. They show you're doing a good job. But the problem when all your business comes from referrals is you're relying on the goodness of someone's heart to tell someone else about you that day, and hopefully they're going to call you. And that's really no way to scale a business or run a business, okay? The fourth problem that all local businesses have is they don't have automations to help turn leads into clients and help them actually get more leads. So there's all these automations that we offer that really help companies get more leads, and then when they do get leads, to turn those leads into paying clients. And I tell everyone, that's the one you got to solve first, is your automation problem. Because right now you have holes in your bucket. So I'll give you a quick example here I always use is voicemail. Voicemail will kill your business dead as a doornail. And what I mean by that is when people call your business and you're up on a roof, or you're banging nails, or you're standing in concrete, or whatever you're doing out there trying to run your business, and they get voicemail, chances are 80% of people hang up and they're going to keep calling till they find somebody else. But automated missed call text back, that is, we have our AI service, we send out an immediate text to people and say, hey, thanks for calling. Is it tomorrow afternoon or Monday afternoon or Tuesday afternoon better for an appointment to talk to me? So we hit that text them so they stop calling people and they put in their appointment time, and then you have the time to talk to them. Another example of some of our automations, for example, is getting automated Google reviews, and Google reviews are huge. So what you're going to find is that's the first thing you should do is get your automations in order, okay? And the second thing you need to do is you need to have more people find out who you are, that is, know who you are, and get more leads. And you could do Facebook ads, you could do Google ads, you could do all sorts of expensive stuff. But what I'm here to tell you, your best bet is to do Google Local or GMB, and that's what we specialize in, is helping companies do that. Okay, and that's what this video is about, because in order to get found on Google and found on GMB, you need to have a website, you need to have good content on your website. And so that's what this video is about, is how to get that content on your website. And we have a bunch of other videos, a bunch of other trainings we do, and we help people get listed on the GMB. And there's a lot of different things you have to go through there. It's just a step-by-step process. But one of them, one of the major parts, is having a good website. Okay, and so in order to have a good website, I'll just go through this quickly. Your website has to be about really three things: about who you are, so you show that you're different and what your unique selling proposition is. And then your website needs to be about what you do and where you do it. Concrete contractor, Atlanta, Georgia. Roofing contractor, Phoenix, Arizona. That type of thing. And so all your headings, all your page, everything about your website needs to be about what you do and where you do it. Okay, so let's go into the training here and talk about this. So, this all comes back to the problems I started off at the beginning of this video, that no one knows who you are and you're not getting enough leads. Okay, well, in order to have people find out who you are, there's different ways of doing outreach. I mean, you could run a billboard, or you could send out snail mail to people, or you could have a truck drive around your town with your sign on it. But that's probably not going to get you all the business you're looking for. It might be more difficult. The really good place to do it is having people looking for you. See, the problem with Facebook ads, and you run a Facebook ad and you're running it to everyone and you're hoping that someone sees your Facebook ad and they want to get a roof or a concrete driveway or a plumbing job. But in the real world, what people do is they go to Google and they type in a search looking for you. So let's say they go type in a search for stamped concrete. Now, the way that you need to look at this is that people type in certain words what they're looking for. It could be stamped concrete, it could be roof, or it could be asking a question. What's the best type of roof, or how much does a roofing job cost, or how much does stamped concrete cost? It could be a number of questions. We're going to talk about that in a second. But at the end of the day, is what you're trying to do is you're trying to rank for what's called keywords. And this is an example of a keyword I have here, stamped concrete. And these are examples of keywords here. But a keyword is basically what people type into Google when they're looking for something. That's the easiest way to describe what a keyword is. It's when you're dealing with a website that's trying to rank around the country, around the world, it's hard to rank for stamped concrete. Although that's not, or let's say, it could be Michelin tires, it could be tires, it could be red tennis shoes, it could be a lot of things. It's hard to rank. So what people tell you to do is get long tail keywords. And long tail keywords have maybe 3, maybe 4, maybe 5, maybe even more keywords strung together. Okay. Now the good thing for you is you're in a local area, you're a local roofer, home contractor, some trade, concrete, and that's what this is about, concrete in a lot of ways, but this could be any local trade. Okay. So the point being is you're trying to get found when people type in a keyword. You're hoping your website comes up, at least it comes up on organic, that's the listings, or comes up in the map pack. Okay, so I gave you a keyword here, it says stamped concrete. The reason I say this is you need content for your web page. My suggestion to you is every service area you have has a separate web page on your separate page on your website. Okay, so you'd have one for your main category, like I said, is going to be concrete contractor, and then you're going to have one for stamped concrete if you do that, or you're going to have one for patio pavers, whatever your service areas are. Now, so what I did here was I just put in stamped concrete, and I list all these suggested keywords down here. Now, there's a lot of different places you could go to try to get keywords, but it's expensive a lot. Most of these cost money. So what I'm trying to do is give you a free way to do it and a cheap way to do it. So here's a pretty cheap way to do it. Just go into Google. And again, I'm here in Texas. Let's see, where exactly are we again? We're here in Denton, Texas. Okay? So we're in Denton, Texas. And then we put in stamped concrete, and this is what comes up, okay? So, I know you're trying to rank for Dallas, but just humor me here. We got to get ranked for Denton first. So these are keywords that you need to put on your stamped concrete page in order to rank, in order to, when people type in stamped concrete patio, that your page comes up. So these are suggested keywords. Now I have some other suggested keywords here too. Let me pull them up here. I have them here over here. Bear with me a second. So what I might do is I always suggest stamped concrete near me. And so you have to put that exact phrase, stamped concrete near me, in your copy on your web page. And you're going to find that the longer your web page is, the more information it provides, the more likely Google is to rank it or give you on the map pack. So if you have a little 3-paragraph web page, you need more content on it. Okay, so this gives you talk about this stuff. You do one section on stamped concrete patio, and another one about stamped concrete patterns. This is stuff you guys know, but it's not hard because I'm going to show you how to go to ChatGPT in a moment here and write this stuff. Okay, but just go with me here. So the other ones I might put on here that I have a little list over here, is all these ones you have here. But stamped concrete cost, I think that's a good one to put up. And then always, I think the best rated stamped concrete contractor or the best reviewed stamped concrete contractor, that type of thing. So that's what I suggest you do. And then you sort of mix them up. Stamped concrete contractors near me. Okay? So instead of just stamped concrete near me, stamped concrete company near me, stamped concrete contractors near me. Again, you don't have to put all these on there, but that's really what you're trying to do in order to put what's the word I'm looking for? The content on your page and the words on your page, and so it's found by Google, okay? So then the next step is let's go down a little further than this. Let's go down here and get what people also ask. You see this, and you press this little button here, people also ask, and it has a list of all these questions here, okay? And what is the downside of stamped concrete? Is stamped concrete cheaper than the concrete? This is questions people have in their mind. So this is Google telling you what people also ask. So my suggestion, and the keyword ideas is basically what we had up there. We could press that if you want, but right now, these are what people are also asking. And so if you're wondering what to put on your website, this is good stuff to put on your website right here. People also ask. Now, I suggest you use Google GPT. ChatGPT to write this, but you could also use Gemini. But the reason I say you shouldn't use Gemini is Gemini is owned by Google. So if you have, I'm afraid Google's smart. Google knows everything. And I'll tell you, I don't mean in a bad way to know everything, but it is in a bad way in some respects. They know everything. So I don't think you want Google to know that you used AI on your website. Now, Google says, oh, it's all right to have AI on your website, but I don't believe a word of it because they had this recent update where all these AI websites got dinged and got thrown off of Google. So you need to write your content for your page as if you're a real person. And so that's what I've done. Let me find it here. Got it. And so that's what I've done here. I'm going to bring it over here a second. And that's what this is. This is basically content that I've done. So you can show Google that content I've done. So you could show Google that you have ChatGPT rather write it. So I'll give you an example. Please write this website article. The sentences should not be over 12 words each, and the paragraph should be no longer than 2 to 3 sentences. Please write in professional but friendly style in the second person you. I go more into that later on. Please write informally, sort of like you're talking to one person. No fancy words, no big words, not trying to impress anyone with our vocabulary. Please write at a 6th grade level for adults. Okay? Now I go on to here. Remember, you're not writing to children, you're writing to intelligent people, do not talk down to them. So I've found that you sort of got to treat ChatGPT or AI like you're training a dog. You might have to repeat the same prompt again and again to get it to listen to you, but it will listen after a while. Okay, so why are we writing in a 6th grade level or 7th grade level? Well, let me tell you, it's a very effective way to communicate. And usually the most popular YouTube videos, most popular communicators talk at that level. So let me give you 3 examples. Again, I'm not trying to do politics here. I'm trying to help you communicate well. So if you think about 3 people in the last 30, 40 years that have been really, really good communicators. Okay, I'll go to politics here, but it's true. Ronald Reagan, Bill Clinton, and Donald Trump. Now, I'm not telling you who I like and who I don't like, but I'm telling you they speak at a 6th grade level. They spoke at a 6th grade level as far as Reagan's concerned. And so Clinton was the same way, and so was Trump. And there's a reason those guys got elected, because they talked to people at a lower level so everyone could understand them. Now, you're not talking down to people. Just try not to use fancy words. Try not to use big words. Try to sound like an ordinary person. You're not trying to show somebody how smart you are. You're trying to have them buy your services, okay? And so I say, don't add fluff, not try to sell our services. And then I tell them that they're to write, since we're trying to fool Google here, they're trying to write like a seasoned expert in concrete, pavers, retaining walls, masonry, block walls, what you could be roofing, whatever it is. So I'm going to put this, I'm trying to think of how I could do this. I could get through this exact prompt, and I'll go through it here, or you could get it from this video, writing like from the perspective of a very experienced concrete contractor. I say this a few times because I want them to get it. So I repeat prompts sometimes, all right? And I say it in different ways because I want ChatGPT to get it, okay? So then in other parts, you want to write in the first person I. Remember, AI doesn't write in the first person I, so you're telling AI to write in the first person I, so it's not just going to fool Google. And also it's going to let people know that you know what you're talking about. So I tell them, hey, this are some examples. Based on my years of experience with concrete driveways, I recommend. Based on the years of experience with whatever your subject was, I recommend. It's my take you should consider. You should always consider. It's my experience that you should avoid. That's the kind of things that real people that have experience say, okay? So again, 6th grade reading level, okay? And the subject of this article is. So let's go back to what we had there, okay? So I'm going to actually do this for you here. Save this, go over, take this back over here. I have 2 screens here, so I'm trying to pull this off. And so I'm going to say, what is, let's see, is stamped concrete cheaper than concrete? Does stamped concrete last longer than regular concrete? Let's try that. I don't know if I'll get that or not, but let's try that, okay? So I'm going to take that, all right? Whoops. I'm going to take that, and then what I'm going to do is come over here, get a new window, boom, and I'm going to go ChatGPT. And again, I have the 4.0, but you don't have to use the 4.0, all right? And so then you come over here, and then you write, first thing you're going to put your prompts in. Oops, I should have done that first. All right, so I'm going to do all this prompt, blah, 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 the prompt. Boom, I'm copying and putting all the prompts in, okay? All right, and it says the subject of this article is, now we got to go back. Where were we? Back to here. Move this over here a second. And say, the stamped concrete long-lasting and regular concrete. And I bring this back over here. Remember, I told you to write like a real person, see if it does or not. And I put this right here, boom, and let's see what happens. Boom. Let's see what kind of article we get. We may have to sit there and tell it to change stuff around. Who knows? Let's find out. All right? Oh, I also tend to put head notes on it too, and that's important for the head notes. Remember we talked about this, what you do and where you do it, and so we may have to change them around a little bit, but this is what you do, understanding stamped concrete versus regular concrete. So I want that actual question out. This is so we're going to put this out. When we put this on your website, we're going to have the regular question out, okay? Now let's see this. Understanding stamped concrete versus regular concrete. You might be wondering, does stamped concrete last longer than regular concrete? They ask as a question. I like that. Well, let me share what I've learned of 20 years working with both types in Denton, Texas. Remember I told you, be from Denton. Boom, already. This is not written like it's AI. You're going to go ahead and fool it because this is not written like AI. Stamped concrete is just about looks. It's also about durability. It's my take when properly installed, and see, it's my take. properly installed, maintained, stamped concrete lasts just as long as regular concrete. This might surprise you, but it's true. Why choose stamped concrete? Boom, goes right off from that. It probably gives a little more of this, all right? And it says the real deal or regular concrete. So this goes a little beyond what we're asking for, but this is pretty good content for your website. And so you might have to change it around a little bit. For example, it says, you might not get, it says, let's talk about regular concrete. It's strong and straightforward. It gets the job done. You might not get the fancy patterns, but you get a reliable surface that handles wear and tear well. So in my experience of regular concrete, needs less upkeep than stamped. It's tough. It stands out, blah, blah, blah. Well, and especially here in Denton. Okay, so, you might be steering the person away from stamped, but is that true? I think so. All right? Making the right choice for your home. Okay, and it goes through this. My take that you should weigh your options. That's the kind of stuff that people want to hear. That's something that fools ChatGPT. So this is the type of content that you're going to put on your page, and you answer all these frequently asked questions. Boom, you got a website. You got good. What's the word I'm looking for? Good copy for your website. Now, let's just change this up a little bit, okay? Let's go back to ChatGPT. This is a funny thing. Okay? Now, let's do this just for fun and excitement. Just go with me here a second. I'm going to put in, 1 second. I'm going to go in and tell it, hey, let's do this. We're going to go this way. Then this is fine, okay? We're going to go this, but we'll just do something a little different. And by the way, I could add this as an attachment to this. I'm trying to think how I could do it. I'll tell you, I'll leave a link, and you guys come get the link and do that. Maybe that's the best way to do it. I'll leave you a link on where to get this from, both my prompts and the response it gives. So you'll see. Let's come back over here. And it says, let's see, what's the downfall of stamped concrete? Is stamped concrete slippery to walk on? Okay? What, does stamped concrete increase home value? That might be a good one. Let's just do that one for fun and excitement, okay? All right? Now, so we're going to go back to ChatGPT. And they're going to say, same prompts. Here is the new article. I'll put that here. And then I'm going to cut and paste that there. And then if you do Shift Enter, then it doesn't, if you just do Enter, then it goes off in the ChatGPT land. But when you're on websites like this, if you Shift Enter, then you can move down. And then I'm going to say, please use the following keywords also. And of course, I misspell following, but that's okay. It's going to help me with spelling. Okay? Not only I so much misspelled it as I mistyped it. That's my excuse. I don't know if you guys buy it or not. Let's see here. The stamped concrete. All right, so let's go use this. We're going to go. We're going to use these just for fun and excitement. See what happens. I'm going to type them right here. I'm going to put Shift Enter, and I'm putting some keywords. I want them to use keywords in it, okay? And these are stamped concrete contractor near me, stamped concrete company near me, stamped concrete patterns, stamped concrete patio. This is a lot. I'll see what comes up, okay? Stamped concrete costs. Boom, let's see what happens. It's actually not bad. It kind of goes off the reservation a little bit, but remember I told you how to do H1, H2 tags, and you're going to use this. Remember what you do and where you do it. You might change this a little bit For example, let me give you an example. Does stamped concrete increase home value? Well, that's what you do, so I could live with that. The beauty of stamped concrete, and then I might put in Denton, Texas, if that's where I was at, or Akron, Ohio, or whatever, right? I might do that because then it comes down. These changes can make your home stand out in Denton, Texas market. So it's talking about Denton. So the beauty of stamped concrete. So does stamped concrete increase home value in Denton, Texas? You might want to do that, okay? And then it uses your keywords. As a seasoned stamped concrete contractor near me, I've seen how blah, blah, blah. You see how it goes? And so this cost versus value. What is stamped concrete? Is stamped concrete worth it? It talks about that. This is all stuff that people might be looking for. So if you had a stamped concrete page, you could do a lot worse than putting some of this stuff in. That's the questions people have. So I hope I've sort of answered your question about what to put on your website, how to get the copy for your website, what to put in there. And I surely suggest that you use my prompt so it doesn't come across AI-ish, so it comes across pretty down to earth. This seems to do that. Again, you could change this around a little bit. You could do your changes to it, but I think what you're going to find is this is pretty good. Okay? I just want to make sure you get it is what you're trying to do is you're trying to get free leads. And it's not 100% free, but you're not paying like you are with a billboard. You're not paying like you are with an ad in the paper. You're not paying like you are with Google AdWords or Facebook ads. What you're doing is you're putting up a website, putting on the keywords and making it optimized so it's found on Google. And so we'll talk a little more about other stuff later, but this is usable stuff you can implement today. You go back to your website today, and if you can't get your website person to do this, I mean, I'm not here to toot my own horn. I just tell you that we have a package. You get a website with it, and website plus you get all the things you need and automation wise to make sure when you do get a lead, it turns into a client. Now, we help you with all this, and we try to go through it and help you with your optimization. And we do this for you. It's easy to put the head notes in, easy to put what you do and where you do it and who you are. Now, that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to help you solve this problem of no one knowing who you are and not getting enough leads without having to spend $1,000 to $2,000 a month to pay some marketing guru. And I call them gurus because these are the people who never run their own business, local service business before, but they're trying to teach you how to do yours, trying to take your money for it. They're trying to charge you $1,000 or $2,000 a month, and then plus on top of that your ad spend. So I'm trying to help you prevent that, not having to spend that kind of money, because I know I didn't have that kind of money when I first started out. So here we have the Google Map Pack, for example. And so we're trying to get you on that. And then if you go to the next one here, and then down here, you can see what Google Organic is. And for example, Lubbock Concrete Contractor, concretelubbock.com, KC Kingdom Concrete LLC. So those are examples of the Map Pack and the Google Organic. And so we're trying to show you the best way to get you on the Map Pack and on Google Organic. So now, before I give you this final pro tip hack, and you're going to want to hear it, let me tell you a quick important story. Again, this is Home Park Leads, and where we specialize in helping concrete businesses and other local service companies get on the first page of Google or get on the Map Pack. Okay, so before we go, I'd like to tell you a little bit about this. At one point, I didn't have the money to do that either. I was actually living month to month. I was almost bankrupt. The economy went bad, and I almost went bankrupt. I had 2 young kids at home, and so I had to learn how to what I call go to the Google College of Business. I studied business. I started marketing, and I learned how to do Google because I was tired of living month to month, and that's really what happened to me. And so I was tired of not being able to provide for my family, And so finally I said, okay, I'm going to learn how to market. I'm going to learn how to do business, learn how to do sales. And I got Google wired, and I call that going to the College of Google basically at night. And I taught myself all this stuff. So once I did that, I got Google wired. I got the phone to ring, and the phone, because I get to the top of the Google Organic, get to the top of the map pack, and your phone rings off the hook. And I figured, hey, I can do that one location when I open the next location. Then I open the next location, and I had more locations after that. And before you know it, I had a real business. And I'm not telling you all this to brag. I'm just telling you, hey, I changed my life, and you could change your life too. And so again, I run this company called Home Park Leads, and the problem is we can't help everybody. We only have a limited number of people, and you apply to work with us, and hopefully we will work with you. But if not, like I said, we have a limited number of people that we work with, and so I do these videos to help all you guys and gals get your business going and change your life, because that's really what this is about, is being able to provide for your family and not having to lay in bed at night, stare at the ceiling, worrying about how you're going to make payroll, worrying about how you're going to get your next truck, worrying about how you're going to help your kids. And that's a terrible feeling, because I've been there before. I know it. And so that's what this is about, is helping you do that. Now here's the pro tip hack, the one I promised you at the beginning. It's what I call it is role playing. So you need to tell ChatGPT what its role is. And so I like to tell it what role it has, and so it understands. So it wants to get into that. It's like role playing. So this is the prompt. You're an expert SEO. You specialize in writing compelling content that ranks on page 1 for Google. You're an expert in writing natural content that helps with SEO, but also helps with conversion rate optimization, and that avoids AI detection. So that's what I suggest you tell it. That's the prompt, and you combine that prompt with all the previous prompts, and then you're ready to go. So then I'm going to give you one last final pro tip, and so this is what I call it. Do you understand? So I give it all the prompts, and before I let it start, before I let ChatGPT start, and I'll ask it this: before I start, do you understand? Before I start, do you understand? And then it comes back and answers you. And I use that all the time. And so I suggest you do those two pro hacks, those two pro tips. And then after it says, yes, it understands, give me the direction, give me the assignment, then you give it to it. Okay? And as usual, you'll be correcting it. And then once you get to the point where it understands you, then you'll be good. So I think these will all help. So what I want you to do is a couple things. One, if you could like and subscribe these videos, so then other people will see them, and I can help other people, because that's how this works. If you like and subscribe, that means other people get to see them. But on top of that, what I want you to do is go home tonight and give your husband or wife or your kids a hug, tell them you love them, and that's what this is all about, is helping your family. So again, this is Home Park Leads. Thanks for watching.